what a game we've got ahead of us tonight in the Champions League.
We're in the semi-final for the third time in our history, but as well for the manner and the way we did it.
And Courtois is backing off, and he's been beaten, and Real Madrid have been beaten. Not only are Arsenal going through, but they've won it on the night.
Is this Arsenal's time? Never been European champions. Could it be this season?
The feeling that we had is a reality, that we are ready. We are ready to compete against anybody. I think we have some momentum now.
It's missed by Martinelli, snuffled away in. It's another set-piece goal. It's a Saka goal, and it's Arsenal 2, PSG 0.
Arsenal trashed them. Paris Saint-Germain is not the same team anymore.
What I think you're going to see is two great teams with two great coaches go against each other.
You know, it's no good just getting to a semi-final, no good just getting to a final. Go and win the thing.
Now Scaly has beaten him easily and fires it brilliantly past Martinez. It's another stunning goal from PSG.
We want to be in that final. We're going to have to work so hard and do a lot of good things against that team, but we are certainly capable of doing it.
Brilliant. So just 2 weeks on from dumping into holders Madrid, Mikel Arteta's Arsenal welcome PSG to the Emirates in the first leg of their semi-final. Now Arteta has called for the fans to be the 12th man tonight. I've got to say there's some change in that place, the Emirates. There really is. The atmosphere, I know Andy said at the Palace game you could feel it a little bit different, but generally speaking there's been a great change and a really pleasant change in the atmosphere. It's brilliant, Andy. So we want to hear from you Arsenal fans out there. Pick up your phone, give us your predictions. Do you need to win tonight, or is the tie over? 03717 223344. Now, if they are to beat PSG, Andy, certain players are going to have to step up. I believe you've got outlined 3 key players for Arsenal tonight, my old friend, have you?
Yeah, look, listen, first and foremost, Ali, can't wait for the game. Everyone's going to have to play well. You can't, you don't carry players against the best teams in the biggest matches. You have to hope that out of the 11 starters, you have to hope that 7 or 8 of them are close to their best. Maybe if 1 or 2 aren't quite there, you can sort of potentially maybe get by with that, but not any more than that. So look, I think Declan Rice has elevated his game now to a different level, not just because of the free kicks, which were incredible, but I think the manner of his performances against Real Madrid, he was so good, and I think he is crucial in an area of the field where PSG are particularly good. Vitinha loves to have the ball. He loves to dictate the tempo of a game. He's always available. He's always making angles. He's always receiving back to goal. He's always looking forward when he can. The other two complement him very well. So I think Declan needs to be at his absolute best with no Thomas Partey tonight, Ali.
Correct.
You're right when you said that earlier. No, Thomas Partey suspended for this one. So Declan will have to, and he can do that. He's very comfortable at holding the fort and being the pivot in the midfield. But I do think he's got to have one of his best games. I think I was going to say the goalkeeper, because your goalkeeper can make the difference. We've seen Alisson.
Andy, it's amazing that, mate.
Yeah,
I've written it down.
Have you?
It's the first one I wrote down, Andy, because just you're spot on. I'm thinking of Alisson's performance.
Yep.
But you know what it's like, mate. When you play top teams, really, really good sides.
Yeah, they're going to create chances.
Your goalkeeper's got to play well.
He's got to play well, and I've really thought David Raya's game has been excellent. It's been a consistent from him. He's usually very good with the ball. Of course, it's 1 or 2 moments he's had a couple of times recently when he's been perhaps a little bit sloppy, a little bit casual with the ball at his feet. It's going to happen, but in the main, his hands have been really good. So I would say the goalkeeper, and the other one is Bukayo Saka, who, to me, when he performs and plays like to his best, I think he elevates the whole team. I think he absolutely picks the whole team up. He does, and I tell you what, even at his best tonight, he's up against a flying machine in Nuno Mendes. Yeah, he's up a very aggressive forward running fullback. He's got to make them decisions about, does he go with him? Does he track him? Does he pass him on? When to pass him on? When to cheat on him a little bit, so as he can have a little bit of freedom and get a little bit of room. All those key decisions he's got to get right, and then when he gets the ball, that's when Bukayo Saka is usually very, very good. I don't want to see him dink a penalty if he gets one, Ali, like he did in Madrid, because that was a bad call. I felt that was the wrong decision.
Of course it was.
But I do think those three in particular. I think if the goalie is really sure, if Declan and Bukayo Saka are playing well, then I think that's going to be massive for them.
It's amazing, mate. I promise you. And I'd no inclination what you were writing down. I've written down the same three players. I've written down Raya, Saka, and I've put Rice stroke Jakub Kiwior. Right. I think it's a big night for him as well.
It is.
Right. I really do. I need to tell you, I thought he was a different class in the Bernabeu. I thought, obviously, the mistake got made by Saliba for the goal, but I thought the two centre-backs, I thought he defended superbly well.
Yeah.
I think Saka, this could be one of Saka's biggest challenges, Andy, and I'll tell you why. Both games, he never gave Mo Salah a kick of the ball, by the way. And
Nuno
Mo
Mendes.
Salah, never. Mendes did not give him a kick of the ball, and we know the season he's having and how good he's been. But it's something that Saka should look forward to, you know, and grab the opportunity. He now realises, he now knows that he is one of the main men. He has to perform. This is his sort of stage, if you like.
Yes.
It's such a big night for him, and their big players do have to turn up. I mentioned Jakub Kiwior because the front three is different class, you know, their movement, Barrett, Skelly, Dembele, whether it's Doué or Barcola, doesn't matter. And they've got a kind of freedom. They were excellent against a kind of dysfunctional Real Madrid forward line, I felt, Andy.
Yeah.
There was no balance at all.
No.
Mbappe, Vinicius Junior, Rodrigo, Bellingham coming late. I mean, brilliant players and great on paper, but they just didn't perform. There doesn't seem to be any kind of organised movement, if you like.
Yeah.
So another performance of that level will be required, because even if you do you'll have more possession of the ball at home, I would imagine, than you will in Paris. I think that goes without saying.
Yeah.
But that, you could argue, that could make their front three equally, if not more, dangerous on the break, mate.
Mikel Arteta, Ali, has got a couple of big calls to make with regards to the team because not having Thomas Partey. So, Mikel Merino has been has had fitness issues. I would imagine if he's fit and fingers crossed he is.
Yeah.
That it will be Odegaard, Declan with Merino, and you'd have probably thought Trossard up the middle with Martinelli and Saka.
I think that's the case, mate. And by the way, I know we're talking about Declan's free kicks, and so we should, but what a finish from Merino in that game against Real Madrid at home, mate.
He's done well up there, playing up the middle.
He has, by the way. I need to tell you, he's done well. Why don't we have a wee listen? Mikel Arteta spoke yesterday on the importance of the Emirates crowd this evening.
I told them, and I'm not exaggerating when I said, guys, bring your boots, bring your shorts, bring your t-shirts, and let's play every ball together. You know, you want to do something special, that place has to be something special, something that we haven't seen. And I really hope that everybody that comes tomorrow to the Emirates and everybody's watching and following us, it brings that energy with them.
I don't think there's any doubt he'll get that. I think that place will be rocking tonight.
Yeah.
03717 223344. That was the number to call. That is the number to call. And somebody that's done that is Ashley. Ashley, very good morning. Thanks for giving us a call this morning. How much are you looking forward to the game tonight?
Morning, gents.
Morning, Ash.
Pleasure to be talking to you both.
Lovely
I'm
talk, Josh.
buzzing for tonight. With all due respect to Real Madrid in the last game, they got a star-studded lineup, but they didn't really test us that much. I think tonight's going to be a completely different game. You know, PSG, we've seen what they've been doing in Champions League and in the French League. It's going to be a harder game for us tonight, definitely, for sure.
Quick question for you, Ashley. Clearly you were looking forward to the game. We all are. How much is the loss of Thomas Partey a blow to you?
Oh, it's just the manner that he got the yellow card. I mean, you know, getting into the argument, I can't remember what player he did. It was just such a silly yellow card to get, knowing that he's going to miss this game. It's going to be a huge miss, but like you and Andy were speaking before, maybe if Merino is fit, is he going to slot in the middle there and take Partey's place and then Trossard up top? I think that's probably what Arteta's going to do. But I hope all the fans going there tonight are going to bring the atmosphere and, you know, help our boys get through this task.
Brilliant, Ashley. Enjoy the game, mate. Tommy's giving us a call. Tommy, looking forward to it, pal.
Yeah, I'm absolutely mouth-watering game, isn't it? Really.
Yes.
But I think it's a bigger game for Trossard and Martinelli than it is for any of the other players. Obviously, we're missing Gabriel. I've had this conversation an awful lot. I live in Manchester, and I'm a Londoner. and an Arsenal fan, so I've actually stopped traffic when I've been wearing my Arsenal shirt. But that happens. But what I would say about Arsenal is there's something we have that nobody seems to have. You could name 4 to 6 captains on that side. There's leadership. So, for example, when Partey got his card, which was devastating, the first person telling him off was Declan Rice.
Yeah, he did. You're right. He did.
You're right. Yeah.
Now, there's captaincy for you. There's leadership. Now, I think any team needs that. I've played, certainly not to your levels, Andy, and honestly, I've never got even near your sort of level. But I have played, and I know what it's like to have a group of players that are willing to tell each other off. And when you've got that, you've got a chance. I really do believe that. And I think it's a bigger game for Trossard and Martinelli. Now, we are desperate for a striker. I would never take Rashford. I would take Ollie Watkins, but I would never take Rashford. Because he just doesn't seem to listen to his teammates. And that's why I think Emery's going to get shot of him. That's why I think Emery's going to get shot of him. Look,
I get that. I get that, Andy, as well, because I think I understand too. That I would still have Ollie Watkins as an out-and-out centre forward before Rashford. Anyway, Tommy, thanks for the call, mate.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.